So what up, it's your boy Shake. Yesterday I got my best spins ever. I got times 40 boost per category, and I also got times 40 Gatorade. And this is coming off from consistently getting nothing but VC. And I think these are like the best kind of spins you can get outside of being an elite, because it actually saves you money. 5 hours of double rep in VC is cool too. I just don't typically play that long unless it's an event. So I'm on my 6'6" slashing Playmaker pie chart, and I just have a lot of fun using this build. It's just for the park, mainly for doing videos and the nostalgia of, you know, playing the way I used to play on 2K16 and 2K17. And I've been struggling with my jump shot. You're not going to notice that here. This is just some Core Conqueror gameplay, just to kind of expose how well my player shoots. But this is the case where the game just gave me a random jump shot, and I sort of made the best of it. I think this is like jump shot 65 or either 65 or 35. Not really sure. You guys in the comment section can help me out. Not really my style of jumper, but as you can see, it's all greens. So I've got some park footage coming up the second half of this video. Just wanted to put some of this Core Conqueror out here. One, because I've never shown you guys any Core Conqueror video footage this year, but also just because it was just fun. I'm playing against some of these legendary players and breaking their ankles. And it just really kind of personified why I made this build, and it's a great way to kind of practice using them for the first time. Look at this, and look how Tracy McGrady bumps me and it changes my direction, and I'm already at full speed going to the rim and I step out of bounds. Been doing that way too much lately. Right here I had to break down Hakeem the Dream. This really took me back to my 1v1 gameplays I used to do against the AI on Hall of Fame difficulty, and it was a lot of fun to do that. A lot of people asked me to bring those series back, but the only reason I don't do them anymore is because 2K ruined the blacktop. Like, I don't like the way the blacktop is ringers versus ballers. That black versus white is terrible. I'd rather see jerseys and you know, street clothes and the way it used to be. As I break T-Mac again. And look at this. The Dream just ruined it. 2K, please return the blacktop to the way it used to be. Now right here, this is just some old footage. I'm on my two-way slashing Playmaker. Just wanted to showcase some of the dribble moves and really kind of discuss why I just don't feel like the momentum dribble is as effective as it used to be. I know there's some really good ball handlers out there that can use the momentum dribble in tandem with some other combos and really do some amazing dribbles, but it all seems to kind of end with that explosive, cheesy behind the back move, and I use it all the time too. I'm sad to say that, because it's harder to, you know, ISO without it, or at least, you know, get that kind of separation. I think the quick first step still gives me a lot of room to move around without using it, but I guess I'm just like everybody else. I find myself consistently using it every now and then. But the momentum dribble doesn't break ankles like it used to. It used to stumble the defender, and there goes the momentum behind the back. I think that's a really good move, but at the end of the day, I just, you know, I probably don't use it as much because I don't feel like I need to, especially when you're a speed 99, acceleration 99. So back to my 6'6" slashing Playmaker. Once again, I made this build just for the park to have fun. I've been playing Rec Center with them from time to time. Probably might play a little bit of, you know, Team Pro-Am when we get a chance, but really just made this build just for you guys, just to have some fun with it. I am not the best ball handler, but I do like to mix things up, and I kind of like to use the square or the X button to do that hop step backwards, and it definitely gets a lot of ankle breakers. But, you know, it is kind of sad that 2K took out some of the really cool ISO animations from previous years. You can whip that right stick around if you want to, but even with Unpluckable Hall of Fame, somebody's gonna rip that. So I'm not gonna pretend that I don't use the behind the back move or the hesitation behind the back move that often. I use it just as much as you guys do. But it's even worse when you know, abuse it behind screens. And here we have a pretty good matchup, or at least some guys that I thought were gonna be a pretty good matchup that tend to use it all the time behind screens. And that's where I get a little bit, you know, if you wanna see me rage, that's where you're gonna see me rage. And I know that's the meta. I heard my buddy Prodigy and Spec say that they made point guards and they're just playing the game to the meta, so they use it too. They dribble behind screens, and it's unfortunate, but it's true. That's the case. But I try my hardest to stay as far away from that as possible. But I usually play against people that dribble behind, you know, do the cheesy behind the back, behind screens. The big man backs up, gives me an open look. It's a green beam. Right now, I think I'm using a Michael Jordan release. But with my two-way, it really wasn't that much of a problem. That Hall of Fame pick dodger and Hall of Fame intimidator, you can really stop people that's dribbling behind screens and, you know, jacking up threes. Really limit their game, make them have a really bad game. But it's a lot harder when you don't have that capability to go around screens as much. So again, this build is just for fun. I might make another two-way slashing playmaker and literally just give them the playmaking takeover. I hope next year they let us change our takeovers so that way we can, you know, adjust things and probably, you know, put a stop to some of this nonsense. But at the end of the day, I might end up making two of the same builds just to kind of live. Because, you know, guys out here, they come for your head and then they dribble behind screens and send you a message. Yo, GG Shake, big fan, put that on YouTube. You know, right here, dribbling behind screens again, and he's getting buckets on me. And it's just like he said, man, like my guy said, it's part of the meta. You gotta live with it. You know, that's just the way people play. Every year there's a certain tactic, certain strategy that works. I try my best to stay away from it, but right here Spec is setting screens, making me look bad. I'm like, Spec, I don't need no screens. I got this, man. Bottoms. Moving on to the next one. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people use the excuse that, you know, because 2K changed the dribbling, it's harder to get yourself an open look, so you gotta dribble behind screens. And it does feel good to be that wide open, but look at this guy right here. He's gonna totally exploit that, especially since I don't have the best perimeter defense. But don't get it twisted, this build is no slouch on defense. I do get up to, I believe, 3 gold badges on defense. It's just up to me to choose which ones I want to use. And I don't want to blame Spec for not stepping up and stopping these threes because, you know, the big man's gonna get lit and start dunking on our heads all game as well. But, you know, either way, obviously you want to shut down the three-point shot. It's just, I guess, more than likely, my teammates are used to me being able to handle myself on the perimeter with no help. And that's mainly because my primary build is my two-way slashing playmaker, and it's way harder for people to deal with me. Right now, we got the big man guarding me 1v1. I knew this was going to be a big mistake. So we going right to the rack, blowing past him 9-9. Once again, the hezzy behind the back, wide open green release. I'm over here struggling behind these screens. I just really wish that if you're gonna cheese behind screens and use that explosive behind the back move all game, you would at least play defense and guard me 1v1 too. Look what you did, you sacrificed your teammate. I ain't gonna lie, I get a lot of messages on Xbox and PlayStation. Usually it's all love, like 95% of it. Every now and then you get a guy that wants to talk some trash, but I'm like, yo, at least you could guard me though. Like, if I gotta guard you with that crap you're doing, at least guard me too, so we make this a fun matchup. But most of the time, these guys know they have no perimeter defense, so they don't put themselves out there like that. I made this build so I could do a little bit of everything. Usually when we switch, I do a pretty good job of picking up the big man, but right here, I just stood no chance. I'm like, let him score. This way, I'll just ISO and end the game, but I ended up missing that next shot. But look at this again, fighting through screens, chasing him down, and we get a big hand up in his face, and they miss it. They had to go for the win right there because they knew no way they was going to stop me on another possession. So fast break. That ends the game. Let me know in the comment section, what's your fun build? What's the build that you made just for the park to have fun with? Maybe not necessarily for Team Pro-Am. It's your boy Shake. I'll holler at you dudes later. Yo, it's your boy Shake. Before we get out of here, last week, you guys remember I announced I was giving away my Jordan Legacy 312 Pistons colorway, size 13 Jordans, and I reached out to you guys, see if I get some comments for some people who really needed them. We put a lot of random names on the spinner, came down to 10 people, spun it one last time, and the winner is the Kid. So shout out to the Kid. I already reached out to you on your private lines. We will be in discussions real soon for how I can send those out to you. Shout out to all you guys. I'm gonna be doing this more often. I realize there's a lot of guys that need sneakers, and I got a lot in my closet that I need to get rid of. So stay tuned for more. As always, I'll holler at you dudes later.